Hi, my name is Ellen Ryder, and I am majoring in Spanish education and vocal performance here at UW-Stevens Point. I was abroad in 2 countries. I went first this was in high school, to Costa Rica, and that really kind of opened my eyes for learning foreign language and learning specifically Spanish. But then being able to continue that in Spain, that was the best experience, I think. There's this verb called acariciar, which is, acariciar is to caress, It's kind of smooth and has sort of, I don't know, it's onomatopoeia. That's what it is. It's kind of like acariciar. So that's what I love about Spanish.
My name is Lindsay Lechner, and I'm studying Spanish education and elementary education. My most memorable experience studying Spanish was when I was studying abroad in Spain for 5 months. And during spring break, my mom and 2 aunts came over and we had dinner with my host mom. And it was during that dinner that I realized that I really had acquired that second language, and translating between Spanish and English was very easy for me to do. My favorite Spanish word is ballet, because in Spain especially it's used really for a whole lot of things. They use it to say okay, fine, understood, so it's just a word that's used a lot, and it made talking with others very easy. So it's definitely one of my favorite Spanish words.
My name is Emma Keel, and I'm majoring in drama, and I have minors in Spanish and arts management. I was kind of sulky about taking Spanish at first. I first started studying it in 8th grade, and I had wanted to take German because my dad speaks German, but my school cut the program, so I was kind of forced to take Spanish instead. But I remember then in my 3rd year, I was a sophomore in high school, and that was the year we were learning conjugation and kind of the really bones instead of just basic vocabulary. And there was one day where, probably halfway through the year, my teacher was talking all in Spanish, and all of a sudden I realized that I understood what she was saying, and it made sense to me, and I could respond in complete sentences. And it was kind of this very sharp moment where all of a sudden it clicked in my head, and I realized that I just kind of unlocked this whole world and I could really understand it. So that was when I really started getting excited about it. And also the cool thing is, I think after learning Spanish, it's much easier now to start to learn other languages. I've kind of started to look into other things, and they all you can learn them all the same way. So I feel like it's just unlocked all these doors in my life, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm always kind of inspired by the word viajar, and the verb to travel, because I really like that it sounds similar to vivir, to live, and traveling is very, very important to me, and I like that they're kind of more connected in Spanish than they are in English, because I think it makes me think to travel is to live. And I really like that connection. I also really like the kind of more idiomatic term sobremesa, which is kind of the moment after, when you're eating together, the moment when all the food is gone but the conversation is kind of still flowing, and it's that community that exists around the dinner table. And I love that that is a really important part of a lot of Spanish-speaking cultures, because I think that's something we kind of lose out on here, is using the dinner table as a way to gather and communicate and become a community. So I think that's really beautiful too.
I'm Saya Judici, and my majors are biology and Spanish. My most memorable experience would probably be when we did a month-long thing of listening to music from Spanish culture, and we got to listen to all this new music, and I still listen to it now because it's really awesome. My favorite Spanish word is aguacate, and it means avocado because I like avocados and I also like the sound of the word.
My name is Sana Rovin, and I'm studying International Studies, Spanish, and Political Science. My most memorable experience was probably when I was learning about the personal in Spanish, and it goes along with people and pets, but I decided that I wanted to create a toaster that had a personal so I wrote an entire story in which this toaster had feelings and all of these emotions so that I could use a personal on a toaster. It turned out, it ended up being a comic book, so it was pretty fun. I think it ended up getting smashed by a bus though, and so that was the end of Toasty the Toaster. My favorite Spanish word is almorzar, because it means to lunch, and I really like eating lunch, and I think that it definitely deserves having its own verb, being to lunch. So.
My name is Cora Thompson, and I am majoring in biology and Spanish. My most memorable experience is when I went to Panama, and I stayed with a really nice elderly lady who was an artist, and every night after dinner I'd have a chance to ask her questions, and we'd stay up hours talking about the local culture. My favorite Spanish word is también, because I like the sound of like the I and the E, the yen,